Good morning, everyone, and thank you for returning to our channel, which is your go-to source for anything Hollywood-related. Today, we are going to go deeply into a topic that is both depressing and enlightening: the top 5 drug addicts in Hollywood. The fact that fame frequently comes with its own unique set of difficulties is brought home to us by this experience. At the same time that it is recognized for its glitz and glamour, Hollywood is also notorious for its struggles with addiction. Celebrities frequently face the same challenges that the rest of us do, and they do so at times while being subjected to the intense scrutiny of the public eye. The following is a list that we have collected of the top 5 drug addicts in Hollywood, whose stories have received a lot of attention. Let's get down to business. Number 5. Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was an incredibly talented actor whose career was defined by an increasing number of parts that gained considerable critical recognition. All of these performances were praised by critics. As a result of his portrayal as the Joker in The Dark Knight, he was awarded the posthumous Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. This award solidified his position as one of the most successful actors of his generation. Even though he was successful in his separate professional undertakings, Ledger struggled with a number of prescription medications, including painkillers, anti-anxiety meds, and sleeping pills. He also suffered from a range of other medical conditions. The challenges and expectations that come with fame, in addition to the rigorous requirements of his job, made it significantly more challenging for him to maintain control of his struggle with these narcotics. An unintentional overdose of these drugs was ruled to have been the cause of death of Mark Ledger, whose body was found in his house in New York City in January of 2008. His death was attributed to the accidental overdose. His demise brought to light the more negative sides of celebrity life, particularly the pressures that can lead to addiction. The horrible effects of his passing brought these aspects to light. Number 4. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was a formidable vocalist who had a big impact on the American music industry during her entire career, from the beginning to the end. Houston's voice captivated listeners all around the world with songs like "I Will Always Love You" and "Greatest Love of All," amongst others. Additionally, she was fighting behind the scenes with a debilitating addiction to cocaine and prescription medicines. This addiction was causing her a great deal of difficulty. She was married to Bobby Brown, who not only struggled with substance abuse but also had his own problems, which made the chaotic nature of her life even more pronounced. Bobby Brown was not only a substance abuser but also had his own problems. The difficulties that Houston was experiencing as a result of her addiction were widely documented, and despite the fact that she had many attempts at rehabilitation, she continued to suffer with her addiction. On February 11, 2012, her body was found in her hotel room in Beverly Hills, and it was determined that she had drowned by mistake. Her death was a tragic accident. Her death was made even more problematic by the fact that she had been using cocaine and lived with heart problems. A sobering reminder of the destructive impact that addiction can have on even the most skilled individuals was provided by the heartbreaking news of her passing, which served as a reminder of the fact that addiction can. Number 3. Robert Downey Jr. One could say that the story of Robert Downey Jr. is one of persistence and atonement to a certain extent. In spite of the fact that Downey is well known for his roles in films such as Chaplin, Iron Man, and Sherlock Holmes, he struggled to overcome his addiction to narcotics, which nearly brought his career to a halt. He began his battle with addiction in the late 1990s, which led to a number of arrests and stints in recovery institutions. His battles with addiction began in the late 1990s. Downey eventually took the decision to seek assistance and made a commitment to recover from his addiction, despite the fact that his journey to sobriety consisted of a lot of challenges that he had to overcome. A series of films that were commercially successful and a reinvention of his public image were the highlights of his return to the industry. It is particularly encouraging because it proves that rehabilitation is achievable, even after experiencing significant personal and professional failures. His narrative is also inspirational since it illustrates that recovery and recovery are both feasible. Downey Jr. continues to be a key figure in the entertainment world, despite the fact that he has refrained from using drugs for more than a decade. Number 2. Lindsay Lohan. When Lindsay Lohan was just starting out in the entertainment industry, she made appearances in movies like The Parent Trap and Mean Girls, which helped propel her to the forefront of the international scene. However, her prospective career was eclipsed by a succession of legal and personal difficulties, the bulk of which were caused by substance use. These troubles were a result of her dependence on substances. As a consequence of her substance misuse, she engaged in numerous trips to rehabilitation and had frequent run-ins with the authorities. Her struggles with alcohol and drugs were widely reported, and she encountered the law on multiple occasions. The media depicted her battles with addiction, which gave a vivid picture of the instability that she suffered in her personal life. Her struggles with addiction occurred in her personal life. In spite of the challenges she has encountered, Lohan has been exerting a great deal of effort in order to bring about positive changes in her life. The reconstruction of both her career and personal life has been her primary emphasis, and she has been a participant in a variety of rehabilitation programs. Especially when they are subjected to the severe scrutiny of the public, her narrative is typical of the ongoing struggle that many people face while they are struggling with addiction. Number 1. Michael Jackson. The contributions that Michael Jackson made to the entertainment and music sectors were unparalleled, and he was praised for them. He was sometimes referred to as the king of pop. It was the popularity of songs like Billie Jean, Thriller, and Beat It that cemented his place as a prominent figure all across the world. The life of Jackson, on the other hand, was harmed as a result of his prolonged struggle with opioid addiction and severe pain. He developed a dependency on prescription medicines, primarily propofol, in order to treat the severe insomnia and physical agony that he was experiencing. For the purpose of managing his ailment, he utilized these medicines. It has been hypothesized that the deterioration of this habit was caused by the numerous demands placed on him by his demanding work schedule, as well as the responsibilities associated with his prominent career. Jackson's death occurred on June 25, 2009, as a consequence of severe intoxication brought on by the use of propofol and benzodiazepines, which were prescribed to him by his personal physician. The case attracted attention to the dangers of abusing prescription pills, and it was discovered that he had been the victim of a homicide once the investigation was completed. This scenario that Jackson found himself in serves as a powerful reminder that addiction may hit anyone, regardless of their level of popularity or money. This is true regardless of whether or not they are wealthy. In conclusion, the following is a list of the 5 most prominent drug users working in the music industry in Hollywood. These tales serve to bring to our attention the fact that the battle against addiction is a very real one, despite the fact that we live in a world that is absolutely dazzling and beautiful. In order for me to be able to present you with other interesting information regarding Hollywood experiences, I would be grateful if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. The fact that you are here today is very appreciated. Until we meet again, please remember to be aware and to take precautions to protect yourself. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channels for more interesting and informative videos.